With the rapid advancements that are made in technology, software testing is also seeking a huge change. There's no doubt in that the future of software testing is going to be transformed. So then, is software testing going to end? And if so, when is software testing going to end? Are these questions bugging you in the back of your mind? Today we have Maheshwaran VK, who works as a lead automation engineer at Elixr Labs, to talk about this. He has over 9 years of experience in the healthcare and linguistic domain as a quality-driven software engineer, providing testing guidelines and automation solutions to business problems by understanding the system architecture and requirements. Here's Maheshwaran talking about when the software testing is going to end.
Hello learners, welcome to QATH Global Testers Day 2022. I'm very happy and glad to discuss about the future of testing and under my topic when the software testing going to end. First of all, I would like to thank QATH to make this conference or webinar happen, which brings the QA community together and discuss about some valuable experience together and which helps us to learn more about the process, about the technology, and about the things which we are experienced about. So thank you so much for QATH. So let's get started. So the topic which I am going to cover is like when software testing going to end. I mean the scope of testing when it will going to end. That's the topic which I am intended to cover today. And the agenda for today's meeting, today's session is like first, I will start with a quick introduction about myself, and then I will start with why the testing was unrated in the previous in previous years, and now why it is demanding, most demanding skill in the industry now. And then let's talk about the most debating topic, which is manual testing versus automation testing, and then let's go through some basics like why it is necessary, why the basics are necessary, and let's look talk about the job opportunities which we have. And then although this particular slide is a little off topic, I want to insist that into our session, because it might reach a better people. I mean it will have some better reach, because I personally experienced a better understanding through this learning, through the comparative learning. So I thought of adding this to my session. And then on our topic, on our question, when the software testing are going to end. And then if you have, if the questions, if there is any questions in my webinar, maybe you can reach out to my LinkedIn profile. I will post my LinkedIn profile in end of the session. So that's the plan for this session. So let's go to, and also I have a big tip on excelling in the testing industry, and how to excel in the testing industry. I have a small and a useful tip which I have practiced, and which helped me a lot, and I have many friends who followed the same to uh, boost them up in their career in testing industry. So I will tell that in the end of the session. So please stay connected to this session, and let's get started. So a quick introduction about myself. I am Maheshwaran, and I have total 9 years of total industry experience, and This is the month I joined in 8th August 2013 in a Keon Hewitt and as a tester. And then now currently I am working as a lead engineer automation in a Elixr Labs, which is a product-based organization which resides in Kerala, Trivandrum. And I am expertise in providing testing guidelines and automation solutions. And I am more specialized in Selenium, Selenium in the front end automation and rest assured in the back end automation. And I am more comfortable with Java as a programming language. So that's very quick and short introduction about myself. This is a crazy picture. Okay, let's get into the topic. So why was testing underrated in previous time, and but now it's more demanding skill now. So what was changed over a period of time? So if you see the picture which I have posted in late 80s, and I know there is no much of development. The product was not developed. The computer was just introduced, I think. So there is no much development happening, and there is no much product dependency, so that there is no developer itself. So it's more of an hardware and only basic functions which they intended to work with a computer. It was happening, but late in 90s, slowly the when the evolution of globalization happened, many people and that's the period, that's the war of period from 90 to 2000. That's the period where the booming of IT industry started. Okay, so as all we know, we always have a big brother in our home who was like excelling in the IT industry when they are joining. So those period of time, that's where the industry started to excel and the product has started to develop. So in that scenario, there is a need for tester. That's not an compulsory thing to have in the team, but there is a need for a tester and a testing in the product. And now let's talk about a uh, current situation, current uh, year 2020, or in the past 10 years. Everyone who are developing the product are providing services to a particular clients. They all are intended and more focused on only one thing, which is quality. They wanted as to provide a bug-free product, so that they can make used to it. Let's consider ourselves as a user. Let's say if you are using a Flipkart or Amazon application, and if I am taking if I want to purchase a product in one of the uh, e-commerce site, it's taking me till the payment, and for every time I make the payment is getting rejected, but the amount is getting debited from my account, means how frustrated we will be. So this is where the place for quality comes in the last 10 to 15 years, and everyone wanted to be a quality product, and that's where the uh, field of testing arises. So previously it was a developers world. Developers was doing some testing, and there is no much detailed thing about testing which was happening in the ground. But I won't say that there was nothing in the paper. There was like everything written as a theory. It was in the book, but as a practice, there is no much practice on this. But now everything which was written as a book, as a theory, has been practiced, since like, everyone want their product to be bug free. So everyone will understand that. So that's the reason why the testing was underrated in previous years, and now it's a most demanding skill which you can easily develop. Let's move on to the next slide. So let's let's talk about the most debating topic among the testers, manual testing and automation testing. So what's it all about? Like manual, if you ask any experienced candidate, I mean like experienced people who work spend around some 15 to 20 years in the industry, and if you ask about which one is better, it's a whether it's a manual or automation, uh, their answer will be surprising for you. So I will tell that in uh, next two slides. First let's discuss about manual testing. Why manual testing is much useful. First of all, comparing to automation testing, manual testing is fast paced. How can I saying is, if I'm getting the feature, if I want to, let's say if I want to add a new link to a web page, to automate the process, it will take around some 2 to 3 days, and if I want to test it manually, it take around only 2 hours. Okay, so to make the process more faster, I mean to make the process more faster, and if I want to make any updates to the existing feature also, the manual testing will be more useful than automation testing. So, and in today's world, like everyone is moving to agile based projects, and everyone is very fast paced and short term projects. So in those scenarios, the manual testing will be the best suited for in sprint testing. Okay, if we want to develop a feature in the sprint, and if I want to test it in the sprint, then automation, in sprint automation is always a myth. That's what my suggestion and my take among that. Because if you want, if you run to the pace within the sprint to get that automated, I believe that is not possible. um, Although we have something known as a shift left testing, but that's more with the API. Regarding for front end, if you want to take, there is nothing we can do named as a in sprint automation. So that is the place where we can fill it up with manual testing. Okay, so there are other perspective, like which automation testing cannot be covered, is like user experience. Although we have the automation testing in space, we have the scripts in hand. It's all the human and the emotions, they are working with the product. Okay, always like the tester will always consider themselves as the user, who is using the application, and then uh, he or she should check out the actual functionality of the application, and then they need to proceed it, which can only be achieved by manual testing. Automation testing is not up to the mark in this area. It's not. I don't say it's not up to the mark. It's not possible. That's what I'm saying. On the other hand, automation and testing, it's my area for the past 4 to 5 years. It reduces the labor cost in big time. Uh, as I mentioned previously, if there is a link which is added to the web page, and if I want to test that link, manual testing is a perfect way to do that. But for every release, if I want to test it, um, I don't think manual testing is a better way to approach that scenario. That comes the space for automation testing. So I can spend some 3 days in developing an automation scripts which complete my that link testing in 2 to 3 minutes. To take it manually, it will take some 2 to 3 hours. So that's the balance which we have for automation testing. Automation testing is a one-time investment, and if we invest it through the place, and it will be for long run until there is a really change in the locators or something, or the servers which you need to take care of. So it's always for the reusability, like for every time we need the code, we can rerun it, and then we can use it uh, for the next stages. So that's the part of automation and manual testing. If you want to talk, if you want to take off which one is better, whether manual or automation testing, if you ask a experienced candidate, he always say that testing is more important. That's the surprising answer, because one of my senior told it to me. Whether let it be an automation testing or manual testing, the testing is more important, um, which we are going to see in the next slide about in detail. Okay, getting the grammar of testing right. So what is a grammar of testing? Okay, if we want to if we want to let's take a mobile phone example. Okay, if if the manufacturer is developing a mobile phone, and he's building a mobile phone, and if there is a quality engineering in that factory, means apart from today's smartphone features, the basic necessity of a mobile phone is the calling feature. Okay, so in spite of testing the various other features like camera, or the RAM, or the functionality, or the screen display, every other thing, the first thing which we need to test is whether I can able to make a call, whether the SIM is getting detected or not, and whether the I can make a call to a receiver, and I can hear the receiver, and the receiver can hear me. So these are the basics of testing. Like, apart from all other uh, functionalities which we test for a mobile phone, the basic feature is to make a call, and that's the use of mobile phone. So that's where the grammar of testing comes in, getting the basics right. Although we always know Shevak will take a step ahead, and he don't follow any rules of cricket. He just comes in, he just he was singing this song, but uh, uh, and he hits the six. Yes, when we watch it, it was like entertaining, and it was mind blowing to us. But take Dravid in the other hand, he know the basics, he know the grammar of the cricket uh, in his mind clearly. He know how to play a straight drive, he know how to play a cover shot, and he know how to defense a fast bowler. All the basics, all the surroundings, he know it well. So that's the area which that's how we need to develop our technical skills, apart from learning different tools and techniques. We need to first make our basics right. The thing is, we need to know the multiple types of testing, and what are the parameters to consider to make a perfect test plan. And we need to know about the perfect differences between test strategy and test scenarios and test plans. And we need to know about the test coverage and code coverage. And to be very honest with you, for the past 1 year, I'm no before 2 years before corona first wave, if you ask me about anything about this, I'm nil in it. I'm not much aware of these things. I know only testing. I know only automation testing. I know if you give me a product, I can write test cases out of it. But it was during corona time. We all are sitting in the home, and when I try to develop an habit of reading an technical article a day, these things hit me hard when I was reading it. So the apart from doing multiple other apart from learning multiple other things, let's learn the basics first. That's very essential stuff we know. If we for example, if we take if we having a regression suit, and if a particular test script is failing for every time when we run it, and if any of our lead tell us to change the script, or change anything in our automation script, means it's our responsibility to raise a concern like, hey, this is not something failing from our script. This is a script which was developed bug free, and it was running fine previously, but now it was failing continuously. So there is some hiccups in the application which we are testing, and we need to get that corrected. It's not the place, the place where we need to correct is within the is not within our automation script, but with the product which we are testing. So that's how the knowledge of a tester should be. That's how the tester should always think. Okay, so if we talk about a particular product, we all know about the functionality of the product. Okay, but did we spoke about the usability of the product, how the efficiency will be, how it is portable. So let's say if the usability is like, um, how the if, a product is usable to the end user, how he will experience in the real time when he is using the product. Let's say efficiency of what happen if uh, thousands of users hit on my product in the same time. What will happen? The performance testing which I am talking about. Portability, how my product is portable in different platforms, in Android, in iOS, in different browsers. If you want to test it, Chrome browser, Firefox, Safari, uh, so that's the portability. So these are the basic things which we need to learn, and in our testing area, if these parameters are not involved, please get that involved. Talk to your lead, or if you are a lead, talk to the team, and get these parameters involved. uh, uh, Believe me, it will create a better impact on our team if we discuss certain things, and incorporate these items in our testing, whether it is a manual or automation. It's not regarding of what we are doing, but these parameters, these basics, this grammar of testing is very important when we speak about testing. Okay, and most important thing, this is not happening nowadays, but in past years, testers will not be involved in most of the meetings. Since we now move to agile based project management, uh, uh, now the testers are being involved. The only thing is, all the testers must be involved in all the meetings, from the requirement gathering to the product delivery to the product deployment. The testers should be available and attentive in the meeting, so that he can know about the development process and the deployment process, and it will be very useful for them or us to develop the test strategy and test scenarios, and it will definitely increase the quality of the product. So the to with this slide, I want to take everyone to at least learn one topic a day on testing with the basics. It's very essential. It's very much useful to you when you are growing as a tester. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Yeah, hot topic, job opportunities. In today's world, testers are equally getting paid to the developers. There is no barrier now. It's more of like, as I already told you, the testers are being assets to the product development team nowadays. So there are a number of opportunities, and there are a number of companies who are looking for QAs, and in different tools they are expecting. And there are many startups too, which are looking for QA engineers and automation, both automation and manual and performance testers, and uh, all types of testers they are looking for. Okay, and they are really paying well, uh, uh, equally to the developers. That's a very important point which we need to know. The only thing we need to do is in the next slide, continuous learning. uh, if you show me this slide to me in past 2 to 3 years back, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I am not a much kind of learner. In 3 years back, I was very comfortable in the position which I was I was working, and I don't know what hits me hard, but I realized personally, uh, continuous learning. It's not with the testing or like any tool, like any department which we are working. Continuous learning is the only key to success. Without in IT industry, particularly, without continuous learning, we cannot do anything. We cannot excel. We can sit idle. We can sustain the industry, but we cannot develop. That's for sure. If you want to develop, if you want to excel in your career, if you want to move ahead in your career, if you want to get promoted, if you want to know multiple things, continuous learning is the only key factor. If you want to learn any new tools, all in this modern digital era, everything is documented online, and everything is available for free for us. Some 10 to 15 years back, my big brother used to say me, if he want to refer in any topic, he was working in an IT firm in US, and if he want to refer something, he need to run to a library, and he need to know under which book the topic will be covered. He need to research on that, and he need to take the book, and he need to do it. But now we have Google, we have millions of websites, and and the official websites have v- pretty good documentation about all the tools. Let's take Selenium, let's take Rest Assured, let's take APM. It's a fantastic document they are providing with examples. We can follow that. And most important thing, a- all the automation tools which we are talking about, let's say Selenium, APM, the latest one, Playwright, everything is open source and available for free for us to use. So there is no barrier. the only thing which we need to know, which we need to have, is our personal interest. That's the only thing we should have. And the next is community support. If you are stuck anywhere in your testing area, in the manual testing or as well as in a automation testing, we have n number of community areas. We have process track, we have like every other websites we can refer to get that questions doubts gets clear. So the only thing which is very important is like our personal interest. That's what it's very important. So don't allow yourself to sit idle for in a particular place for so long. Break your comfortable space and be a learner always. Okay, let's move on. Yes, this is my favorite topic of the webinar. And if we talk about learning, I want to share my personal experience to you in this. Although this topic is not much relatable to our webinar, which our topic which we took today, but I want to insist since this webinar reach will be much, and it will be helping many learners to do that. So comparative learning. What is comparative learning? uh I was about testing and various types of testing and all other topics in testing, and I'm s- still learning it. I won't say I'm an expert on it. One of my friend asked me, what is the difference between smoke and regression testing? That's he was attending his ham interviews, and this is one of the question which was thrown to him. He uh, asked me, what's the difference between smoke and regression testing? I was doing this comparative learning for the past 2 years, and I could relate things with the theory which I am learning on. So what I told is, if you are cooking a biryani, I know biryani is a most loved food across India, even world, I can say. Yeah, right. If we are cooking biryani, and while cooking, if we take 2 to 3 sprouts of rice, and if you want to ch- check whether the rice is steamed well or not, then it is smoke testing. Once we are complete cooking the biryani, if we take all the ingredients and tasting it, and tasting for the first time, then it is regression testing. This is like I want everyone to learn, because even for me, when I was learning, the difference between smoke and regression was very confusing. But the way I have learned to myself is comparative learning. Okay, I compare things with the things which I love. I love to watch films. I love to watch various web series. I love to read books, and I love to e- e- eat very much, and I love to cook also. I'm not very good at it, but I love to cook it. So in the areas which I love, I will always compare my study, and then I will uh, bring that to my mind. Okay, I compare it, and I will assess it, and I will feed that to my mind, which makes my learning way easier. So let's take one more example on comparative learning. This uh, question. So what is the difference between let's explain about data abstraction, one of the OOPS concept in Java, and other languages too. So what is the difference between interface, abstract class, and class? Everyone might have watched Money Heist, right? So it's one of the famous web series in Netflix. You can watch it out. I think there are some 3 to 4 seasons, I guess. So Let's talk about three different characters in the money heist. One is Professor, Tokyo, Nairobi, in the order which I have mentioned. Okay, the professor character is the one who planned for the robbery. Okay, he don't be much involved in the action, but he's the one who planned for the robbery. And hap- the second one is Tokyo. She always uh, takes the implement the plan of the professor, but she also have her own plan. Okay, the third one is Nairobi. She always insists only to the professor plan. He doesn't have any plan of her. So this is how interface abstract class interface is a one which is a template which have only abstract methods. Abstract class will have the implementation of abstract methods in interface, and also it can have abstract methods. The class will purely do 100% implementation of the interface in case of inheritance. This is how the comparative learning should be. We should compare things which we learn with the things which we love. So that's very important. I just want to insist this in my webinar because it might reach and help much learners who is watching this. Okay, let's move to the next slide. So we are almost at the end of this session. So when software testing will end? I mean, when will be the end of software testing? It's a crazy question which we can ask to ourselves. The only answer which everyone know, which we know, which I know, which you know, there is no end for software testing, right? Even if there is no development happening, if there is only environment changes, if there is only a um, not much in the background, there is no background development also. If there is only a front end or the UX UI updates, if there is only a minor updates, the testers is always needed to make sure that our product is bug free. So to put in the put everything in a one place, when the software testing will end, until you taste your salt proportion in your cooking, the scope of testing will never end. It's always in the top priority. It's always with us. It's always within our life. The testing is within our life. It's not something we do only to the software industry. It's within our life. If you want to test, if you want to, if while cooking, if I want to make sure the food is tasty which I cooking, I want to taste it. I want to test it before I provide to the end user uh, who is sitting in the dining table. So the scope of testing will never end in the lifetime. So be confident always on that. So if you want, that's the end of the session. And if you want to, if you have any question on our topics which we have discussed now, and if you want to, if you want any guidelines on scope of testing or automation solution, please reach out to me in my LinkedIn profile. It's Maheshwaran VK. And you can reach out, you can give him a connect, and you can post my question directly to me. So thank you so much for QA Touch to provide me this wonderful opportunity to share my experience, and everyone is learning here. Please understand one thing, everyone. Uh, no one knows everything. Everyone is learning. The only who are continuously learning uh, will survive better and excel in the career. So always be a fronter to be to start learning, to get the things like learn the new tools, learn the new technologies. Before that, learn the uh, uh, basics of testing, learn everything. uh, Please don't sit in a comfortable area and don't expect that things comes to you. Always work hard, love the process, do the things which you love, learn hard, and don't focus on the results. Always focus on the process which you are doing. The results will reach out to you, whether it's a good or bad. That's not our process. The process which we are doing, it's very important. So thank you so much for everyone. You have been a wonderful audience, I suppose. And reach out to me if you have any questions through my LinkedIn profile. Thank you so much.
It was a great pleasure to listen to you, Maheshwaran, and also learn so much from you. Thank you on behalf of the entire QA Touch community and the participants. Also, thank you to all you participants for taking time out of your busy schedule to be present in this webinar. We have more coming up. Please stay tuned and do not forget to follow QA Touch on our social media handles. Thank you.